flow into this sector over the last 5-10 years, it's much of this is common knowledge and information. It's been mostly in the renewable power generation space. Okay, so today we have about 100 gigawatt and odd. So at least if we take 5 crore per megawatt, so it's almost about 500,000 crores, 5 lakh crore of capital flow has happened in the country. Okay, and much of this capital has flown from corporate equity. Okay, pension funds, private equity. And on the debt side, it's been from bonds. Okay, you can see that in the last few years, many of our leading developers have issued green bonds. Okay, foreign denominated green bonds. Okay, although in the recent times, because of the currency fluctuation and depreciation, that's kind of caused a problem. Okay, that means the cost of those funds, debt funds, have not been so good as they anticipated. Okay, and I think there'll be some relook at how those funds will be raised now, at least on the foreign denominated, USD denominated or Euro denominated green bonds. So this is where the capital has flown till date. Okay, now going forward, okay, where we believe the capital will come, where it should come. Okay, and what is important, alluding to what Anne was asking me. Okay, what are those critical areas which are important for the energy transition in this country? Okay, so I think Mr. Ajit was pointing out in his presentation about storage. Okay, so see, today when Anne was asking I think some of the speaker earlier, why despite renewables being a low cost electricity, why aren't we able to scale up its implementation? Okay, despite it being competitive, why aren't we able to scale up its implementation? Why aren't we seeing gigawatt scale, although it's happening? Okay, so a misconception here is we have to understand that today solar and wind electricity is intermittent. Okay, you cannot really compare the cost of an intermittent source to a firm source like coal. Okay, so that's not an apples to apples comparison. Okay, so what really matters to our consumers today, or even utilities or corporate industrial consumers, Ajit was pointing out to corporate open access. Okay, they would need a firm round the clock renewable electricity. I think Mr. Satya was also alluding to that. The future is about round the clock electricity, clean electricity, competitive with a capacity utilization factor of about 70 to 80%. Okay, this is what we need to really decarbonize the power system, and a lot of this will happen from storage. Okay, so storage is the fulcrum that will bring about how to decarbonize electricity system going forward. Okay, now I'll come to what are the challenges in storage. Okay, so India is a very diverse country in terms of its economics, local conditions. Even in storage, if you see battery storage, which we talk about largely, okay, battery storage today has competition from ramping up coal. Okay, because why I'm telling you this is, in states like Karnataka, okay, where we work a lot there, you already have like 25% RE penetration. And believe me, some days Karnataka's daily generation mix, if you see, it's more than 50-60% RE, intermittent RE, solar, wind coming into the system. Karnataka is able to manage all of this without any battery storage. How is Karnataka doing it? Because they have hydro and they ramp coal. Okay, so coal ramping and hydro is already competing with battery storage. Okay, so unless battery storage gets competitive, okay, with some of the other competing technologies like ramping coal, pumped storage, hydro, okay, it's really not going to be possible to scale up. There will be some challenges. Okay, now what is the challenge in techno-economics of battery storage? Lithium-ion batteries, as you know, I think there were recent bids. SECI did a 1 gigawatt hour bid, and Kerala State Electricity Board did a 10 megawatt hour bid for standalone battery energy storage systems. The auctions that were discovered was approximately about 11 lakhs per megawatt per month. This was the auction price discovered. This is the competitive price discovered for standalone battery energy storage systems in India. Now, how much that will translate into per unit? That's about 9 rupees per unit. Okay, so a standalone battery energy storage service, okay, is costing about 9 rupees per unit. Now you have to think whether that is competitive. Okay, that is where we have to bridge the gap. So you see a lot of talk about viability gap funding needed for battery storage in India. Okay, I agree. In the short to medium term, you certainly need viability gap funding because you have to bring this 9 rupees per unit to about 6 rupees per unit. Okay, but is that long term sustainable? Okay, because I know that there is an application with the Ministry of Finance for bringing viability gap funding into battery storage system for years now. Okay, and that file has been sitting on the table. Okay, so what we have to think is we have to really go beyond lithium ion technology. I'll again allude to what Mr. Rajesh Shankar said. Okay, capital is not a problem for large corporations. Okay, if there is a business case, you will get the capital. It's easy to raise capital. But where we need actually the capital flow is looking at these innovation cycles. Okay, how to continuously innovate on technology, improve on performance, and make sustainable technologies affordable. Okay, so this is the biggest gap today: sustainability, affordability gap. Okay, if we can bridge that gap with a lot of research on material science. Okay, so when I was studying when I was studying metallurgical department was not very lucrative and attractive, believe me. Okay, because I'm from civil. Okay, I just scraped through IIT and I landed up in civil. But there were people in metallurgy who were below me. It was giving some kind of joy. But tomorrow is all about material science and metallurgical science. Okay, why I'm saying this? Because if you want to make battery storage competitive for grid storage, you have to move beyond lithium ion technology. Okay, what is today stopping lithium ion technology to become competitive? I think Mr. Satya alluded to polysilicon prices. Okay, so for the first time in history, solar module prices downward trend changed. That happened with lithium ion cells also. Why? Because of lithium carbonate. Lithium carbonate precursor, which is the most important cathode active material. Okay, that also changed the trend. Okay, so we need a lot of capital flow into manufacturing these technologies, researching these technologies, innovation, continuous cycling. We need to squeeze this entire timeline of innovation, screening materials, improving the technology, bringing up more affordable technologies. Okay, so what is needed in grid storage is we need to go beyond lithium ion technology and look at earth abundant cathode active materials. Okay, I'm talking about iron, I'm talking about sodium, potassium, magnesium. Okay, so these are the earth abundant active materials which has to come into cathode. Okay, now it's not very easy. I'm sure there's a lot of research going on here. Okay, and everywhere in the globe. But what we really need today is supercomputers screening these materials based on different properties like selectivity, conductivity, thermal stability, chemical stability, cost. Okay, screening different materials, looking at which material is suitable, giving the highest performance, testing it, piloting it. So all of this entire timeline has to be squeezed. Okay, and doing good. Okay, so a lot of capital has to flow into innovation, R&D, demonstration, pilot. This is sometimes we call in this industry as the risk capital. Okay, this is what we need today. Okay, and a lot of this can actually come from the industry because what we're good at, I'll be honest with you, is taking a technology which is mature, okay, commercialized, and sort of importing it. We've imported modules till date, importing it, and India has the advantage of scale. Okay, so taking advantage of that scale, we create intense competition, we aggregate demand, we sort of streamline the ease of doing business. Okay, we've done this very well with renewable power generation. It's been done well. Okay, we must really commend the government of India to actually streamline a lot of this ease of doing business, and open access RE, which Mr. Ajit Pandit alluded to. Okay, is the alternative market today. Okay, so a lot of future renewable power generation installation will actually happen in open access green energy markets. Okay, because the government has come up with new rules allowing 100 kilowatt and above consumers. Okay, until now it was only 1 megawatt and above. It will be 100 kilowatt and above consumers. So this is what is important where the capital has to flow. Okay, so on the technology side, I've told you. Okay, now I'll give you some more examples of where we can improve on the efficiency and performance of storage. I told you there is competition between battery storage, pumped storage, coal ramping. Okay, and again in India, like I said, it's a vast country, diverse country. Okay, but Karnataka, for example, has abundant hydro resources, okay, at least relatively to other states, okay. So it can sort of exploit pumped storage, okay. So I would say in Karnataka, the competitiveness of battery storage, okay, would be challenging because I have an alternative like pumped storage in Karnataka, okay. You go to Gujarat, okay, or Rajasthan for that matter, okay. So you don't have much of pumped storage resources to be exploited, although this is one nation, one grid, okay. Pumped storage at the local level is a bit challenging. So even the technologies like battery storage or everything depends on different geographies, what priorities, what resources are there to be accessible. This is one aspect of it. So for some more examples on where the industry should move forward to make the whole I would say more amenable. On the green hydrogen side, okay, I think Ajay sir touched upon on the hydrogen side, okay. So on the hydrogen side today, the efficiency of power to hydrogen, okay, is hardly, I would say 45-50%. That's what you can achieve, okay. Why? Because the hydrogen evolution reaction, okay, is endothermic, okay. So you need catalysts. You need catalysts like transition metals, you need catalysts like platinum, rare earth metals to actually reduce this energy, okay, and improve the efficiency. But a lot of these catalysts are very expensive, okay. Let me tell you, the PEM electrolyzer, which is used in green hydrogen production, it uses platinum, iridium, okay. You want to scale up electrolyzers to so many gigawatt scale, it's not going to be easy. How much platinum you need? How much iridium you need? So you need to have earth abundant materials, okay, to look at different structures, different materials, making them feasible, selective and usable in these applications, okay. So these materials have to come. So a lot of research, a lot of innovation has to come. So why I'm alluding to this is, Mr. Ajay sir said it's a hard reality that today technology transfer is mostly the technologies are with private companies in the West, okay. Yes, that's true, okay. And in a globalized world, yes, technology transfer is very easy, okay. But for the initial period, that will come at a cost, okay. So if we leapfrog on certain technologies, which with partnerships, with academic partnerships, with industry partnerships, and if we bring in enough capital to do this innovation and research in India, okay, I think we can achieve a lot more towards that. Okay, this is what I wanted to say, and pretty much. Thank you.